What happened last week on the game?
Last week on the game. Oh man, I actually need my notes for this one. Sorry. We did a lot of shopping, like a lot of shopping at Anayo's Grand Artifacts. I can't remember exactly what everybody bought. I know that Solas bought a cloak. Oh yeah, did you? Okay, so Sunny.
I had a second base to sell.
Didn't you sell the Nutcracker?
I sold the Nutcracker on the basis that we live in a giant desert, and that gives advantage against frost creatures.
Enter
I thought you
monsters.
were debating whether or not to sell it or not because it is still a +1 weapon.
Yeah, it is a +1 weapon, but it's also a D6 weapon, and I can do twice that in Radiant by yelling at people.
Right, there we are.
Oh, you know what? And you know, if we're doing damage against frost creatures,
what I'm holding in what hand.
Fireball works.
Talk about the new melt. No.
No one wants to talk about melt.
Ah, come on.
I have no idea what that is.
Melts?
That hot guy.
The hot guy.
That doesn't cut it down a lot.
The other
demon.
I can't think of any other one. And whoever Blaze Cucker is, or whatever.
Somebody with a very unfortunate name.
Conlath Blaze Fucker.
Conlath Blaze Fucker, okay.
Like, somebody's mother hated them.
Somebody's mother didn't have a choice in their own last name.
Imagine that getting called out during the school register.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank God the Jarrus education system is so horrendous.
What system?
But yeah, melt is melty. But anyways, so Sunny sold the Nutcracker, and then what did Sunny buy? Object reading? Was it like
hold on. Goggles of object reading, because we bloody well need an identifier.
Yeah, we really should have used that to like check out the dagger immediately after we sold it. We sold the dagger of prophecy, potentially. The blood dagger. Maybe our only way to get you back, so gosh, who knows? Anyways, on a brighter night, we now have a dog. But it's Solas, but we're not gonna call him that. It's Dog Nio.
Yes.
And so Solas bought a cursed cloak that turns him into a dog, which is very funny.
Constantly.
When we were trying to rack up money to buy something, I had no idea that was where it was going. Like, I was like, these guys D&D harder than me. They know what these objects are for. They can like link together things to like streamline all this. I'm just gonna like get us a bargain, hopefully using the premise of friendship to get a better deal. And then it's a freaking dog cloak. Blow my mind. I was like, and it's cursed. Like, Solas is gonna be stuck as a dog. I'm like, is this how he wins Dune back? Because I'm pretty sure cats and dogs don't really mix. Anyways, yeah, maybe Solas has had it out for White Fang this whole time.
Yeah,
we don't.
We're gonna turn him into a dog, put him on Sunny's back. At which point, I have a cleric, a rogue, and a warlock.
I like that. Oh,
two clerics, a rogue, and a warlock walk into the late night inn. The bartender looks up and goes, "What is this? Some kind of joke?"
No, it's a family. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, so Jem is the cleric, right? And then what's the cat's name? Fluffy?
I believe so.
I think so.
Cute.
It was something simple.
Yeah.
Adorable. Yeah, we really need to be doing more with this rogue cat.
The cat burglar, thank you.
The cat burglar, yeah.
Like June could have been if she ended up somewhere else.
A certain waterway beneath a certain city would have helped put her down that path. Anyways,
Yes.
and then Ollie bought a super cool robe that changes to look like different robes so that you can pretend to be different kinds of people, which is kind of up her alley. So after our shopping trip, we decided to go and get some kebabs and tell some stories. Cue dramatic reading of Zaid's diary. It was awesome. We learned some stuff. Stuff that we're not really 100% sure what to do with, but there is, I guess, it's hard to say what like the most important thing is. There was like a lot. So one, Virgil, not always depressed, thirsty Jesus. As we know from seeing him in Neglamund, or so we think, it is very hard to pin down when he is Virgil and when he is Juan and what exactly is causing that. But either way, Zaid's got some stuff going on and serious dependency issues. Jairus melted down to the ground. Was ruled by Cielba. She was lazy. Zaid questioned her management capabilities.
Mekis.
But oh
Not
gosh,
Cielba.
sorry, Mekis. Yeah, Zaid questioned the management abilities of Mekis. But there's something about the enemy you know versus the enemy you don't know, because when Mekis was out, and Rajat came back with a certain tiefling with some flames between her horns kind of looking lady. Things got significantly worse. And then this possibly Cielba lady, and oh man, she had like the commander, Anguis, who was the salamander commander. So that's timeline. But so this possibly Cielba lady becomes the ruler of Jairus, the salamander. And she is like under a new name, and Jairus is under new management. And you're like, dang, how old is Sklad? And we're not really going to find that out anytime soon, because we are after the kebabs, we decided to take a walk to check out the palace, because we're planning on breaking in there. Don't think that we thought that it would go as easily as it did to get in the palace grounds. Apparently you can bore a guard with talk about irrigation and aquaponics, and boom, you got it. And we were met by our good buddy, kind of sideways associate, firework aficionado, lover of future, Ermdane. Yeah, Ermdane.
The name you definitely knew all along in that sentence.
Oh, I definitely did. Come on, future Ermdane. Okay, come on. All right, yeah, I have forgotten Ermdane in the past, but Ermdane, I definitely have forgotten Ermdane's gender in the past. Ermdane is a lady, everybody. It's like,
You say so?
oh, hey, that's what Ren's telling us. I don't call the shots here, but I know why not, right? Like, I think just the amount that Ermdane looks like a dog or like a character from the Dark Crystal. You're like, oh, okay.
It does skew things somewhat, doesn't it?
Dog Ermdane. We could give Ermdane the cloak and nothing would change. But anyways, so Ermdane let us in for a talk on the grass grows underneath the leaf falls. And yeah, Ermdane very graciously offered to give us a tour of the palace. So yeah, we're going on the tour of the palace, which is not really how any of us thought we were getting in. So it's
quite easy, a little too easy.
Like a little too easy. Like a little uncomfortably simple. Like, and then Ermdane's like, you want to see the dungeons? And you're like, well, that is like, because nobody
Sonny
forget.
was against the seeing of the dungeons.
I know, but Sonny, we need to rescue Skin, so maybe send you the cat burglar Fluffy in to scope the sitch.
I really need to get. I just need to get Sunny find familiar spell at this point.
He doesn't
Why?
need one. They're
Make-
right there on the back of his neck.
Yeah, but I don't think they can. Unless you're gonna let me, I don't think I can mechanically use them as an actual familiar.
No.
No,
Well, maybe.
better. I need to get hold of a third one, and then I can get hold. And then I just need to find a way to get hold of flock of familiars.
You are only allowed to carry up to six. Six creatures total to swap out with at will.
Oh, I can't go for the full set of all the classes.
No,
I'm
6
gonna have to
Pokemon.
get
I
them
mean
to
familiars.
multi-class.
So you guys are all invited by Ermdane to have a tour of the facility, and what is you doing?
What is
Roasting
you
in
doing?
hell?
He enters into the inn. He finds Inqua and Whitefang playing cards.
What?
He simply looks at them, waits for any reaction.
Whitefang will kick out a chair slightly, nod upwards at you, and ask if you want to be dealt in.
He sits down, looks around. Are they playing for money or?
No, for idleness.
Well, sounds like fun.
I hope the others don't take too long, though. Otherwise, I might end up playing you all for money.
They're at the palace. It'll probably take a while.
The palace, where the person we're meant to kill is? Whitefang kind
I
of
don't know what
bolts
they're
up.
doing up there.
Maybe we should go help.
No. Trust me, I secured some stuff and everything for some people. Hopefully, they should be able to help to get us in there. If we go and attack now, we're probably just going to get killed. So, deal the next hand, if you don't mind.
Very well. Aces are high. 5 is the buy-in.
All right.
He's honestly just saying random words. There seems to be very little order here. And you are dealt in. And you enjoy some fun games of cards. And we'll switch back to the palace then. Fucking chat is just ripped open.
Sorry.
I've got one though. So, Fluffy is the first stole. Because a stole is a very old-fashioned word for a type of fur, scarf worn around the neck, and it is also the past tense of something that a burglar would do.
So you want to change Fluffy's name to what?
No, just saying that they are a fur stole. Because they are literally sometimes a scarf. Also known as a stole.
This makes perfect sense.
It does
How'd you
in my
spell
head.
Rams?
Stole.
I'm just floored by you coming back and walking right into the late night inn.
Well, I
What?
mean, you almost
Okay.
found out
Fluffy
some
now
other
has
stuff
a last
yesterday.
name.
Fluffy stole! Alright, write that down. So. Ermdane will take you guys all round to the front of the palace, which is which is on the southern side. You see quite a lot of very pretty trees, flowers, a lot of grass. These are things that are very, very uncommon here. Ermdane
Whoa.
walks very casually, really enjoying things, you know?
Smells so. I don't know. It smells nice.
Are we missing someone? Oh, there they are.
Ollie's just twirling.
The door is over here.
Oh, okay.
If I ever make a tabaxi carrot, no, wait, not tabaxi, the other one. Nope, it is tabaxi. If I ever make a tabaxi character, I now have a name for them.
Nice.
These statues look concerningly familiar.
Familiar.
Yeah, I seem to remember Yaramuka and not exactly consensual hug. And
They were
Solas
smaller.
having to go into a ring.
Oh yeah, those things.
So
I'm
it is
sure
one fairly open entrance area, and these are stairs leading up to like a very middle level, and then more stairs split into half and lead up to the next floor, if that makes sense.
Dane,
Stairs go higher.
are these the moving variety of statue?
No, not to my knowledge. They just stand there.
Okay, all right. Strange question. Is this anyone we know? Fark?
I wouldn't think so, unless you're
No.
several hundred years old.
Nope.
Yeah, old
No.
trophies.
What is this thing? Like a
It appears to be a lizard head of some form. Like a lizard
Very
rhino?
it's very spiky.
A Lizardo
Yeah.
or a wizard?
That's a good one.
So which way?
The museum is up the stairs.
Oh, are you gonna give us the grand tour, or should we go in ourselves?
Where they will lead you up to the next floor.
Let's go.
Sorry, switching between different maps.
Oh, it's cool. I'm just a great climber. I can climb stairs faster than your average person.
Faster than the average changeling.
Faster than the average bear.
Yeah.
Faster than the average, whatever the hell you feel like being today.
Where the hell did Sunny go?
Stairs.
I see. I was hovering
Oh,
over with like
waddle
a grabber to copy paste
Waddling
all
at
of
the
you
speed
guys.
of light.
I will do it for most of you, and then I will drag Sunny in onto the next floor. As you climb up the
Arazid.
stairs, you come to a throne room. At the far end of it, a red-skinned, horned woman is lazing rather laconically on the throne. There is a glass of red liquid in her hands, and she smiles as you all approach. Next to her is a rather burly minotaur that you may remember from the wedding battle.
Oh,
Have you changed the map?
Whoopsie. Thank you.
like, is this theater of the mind?
Oh, yes, I recognize the picture.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was cool. I think he liked me.
We finally have an image of what's her face.
Mm.
Um. Greetings. Your Majesty. Holy shit! Are we gonna die?
Dane bows deeply to the figure on the throne. I have brought them, your worship, And before your eyes, Dane's face changes and morphs. And a human male steps out instead. Much taller,
Oh,
much more armoured.
Oh, the dwarf looks like that now.
it's fucking Cunlet. It's fucking Cunlet.
Ooh, cutlet. I'm hungry.
They will
Mm-hmm.
they will walk down next to the carpet.
I was going to ask
Sklad.
if that was a carpet or a splash zone.
Sklad will smile and say, "Thank you, Cassavir." She will rise very slowly, very gracefully. There is a long silk dress that trails behind her as she walks down the stairs.
Let me guess, she's halfway down the carpet, but the dress is still at the base
More or
of
less.
the seat. Well, we know how to defeat her.
You know, it has been a very long time since I've had to pop a magic bubble like that. And then you all come wandering right into here and are now surprised that I wait here for you. I will admit, I figured that you lot would be smarter than that.
I mean, as the only smart person in the group, no.
Yeah, you may have overestimated.
Sadie is very intelligent for talking.
Go ahead, Dewey.
I take offense to that personally, but it's fine. Just because I don't know how to read or write or count or anything doesn't mean I'm not smart.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, people have a lot of different strengths.
Yeah, just because you're dumb doesn't mean you're not smart.
Exactly.
There are different types of intelligence. Now, naturally, the stairs are shut behind you with a magic barrier, as are the ones leading up. If you try to run, it will bore me, and I do not treat things that bore me very well.
Sunny's probably not going to call this person a friend.
Are you saying that you would like us to entertain you?
Well, you have been doing so thus far, haven't you? Come here, my children. Pay proper respects to your god.
Oh.
She walks back up onto the throne, shifts the meters of fabric aside, sits back down. There is one beringed hand that she extends. She is essentially asking you to kiss her rings in fealty.
Yes, they are very nice rings.
Lovely, really.
Arazid has never seen this gesture before, so he just kind of looks confused.
She wants us to compliment her on rings. That's why she's holding them out.
Oh, well, they look nice.
No, you dumb sods. You are my subjects. You have been very unruly as of late. You have caused so many problems for me, and now you are trapped here. You have come of your own free will, of course, and I can only presume that this is because you wish to make amends to me over the hurt and the harm that you have caused to me, my people, and my rule. Therefore, I can only surmise that you are here to kiss my rings in an act of loyalty.
I wish I was a smartass right now. I really do. There's so many options. It's like, you want us to kiss your ass? I've never seen somebody wear their ass on their fingers before.
You know, this is one of the few situations where I think you would actually be beneficial here.
Oh, it must be the sign of the apocalypse.
Meanwhile,
Another one.
Yu has just lost his 4th game in a row to Inqua.
He's, you know, he's wise. He's kind of intelligent. I'm sure he could do something. I'm sure at some point he starts to try and cheat. Like after like the 4th in a row, he's like, okay, it's clear that I'm
Oh,
outmatched. It's time to start to like, you know, sleight of hand to get another card or whatever. You know, you use some deception to lie about like what I have, and
You ultimately
he's
notice
really
that
good at,
White
you know,
Fang seems to be
having a
doing the
poker
same
face.
thing.
Could you please remind me to cast augury more often?
Nah. Yeah. Ermdane is seriously lying, but we didn't think they were lying about being Ermdane. Let's see. Um, if I were to properly apologize for any wrongs that I've done to you, my lady, my goddess, my fire, well, I would just need to know precisely what I'm apologizing for. You know, it's my moral compass. It's a little, and so if you could just list out specifically the ways in which I have wronged you, then that would be very helpful for me.
Even from here, you can see like a tired, over-exaggerated roll of Sklad's eyes.
It's good to know she still has some sass.
You come into Blue Rock. You murder my general there. You convince the whole town to uprise. You bring mongrels into it. Any of this sound familiar?
Nope, don't remember mongrels. We brought the shape-shifting nice people with the fluffiness in.
Correction on all those points. He attacked us first. The people we brought in, one of which is an ally of mine, and also are generally decent people that were kicked out of the town outside of their own volition. Essentially what we did is made the town a better place, free of rule from an absolutely tyrannical bitch.
Yeah, I'm not actually seeing
Excuse
anything that
me?
we need to apologize for here. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking? Because we were actually just talking. Is that literally your entire list? That we killed the most incompetent guard who's been literally murdering your citizenry since the beginning of his employment under you? I mean, really. I think maybe you just don't have the right people in your corner.
The human Dane, whose name is actually Cassavir.
Humdane.
Now.
Will lean over and just be like, I did tell you that they were very stubborn. And like to talk in circles, milady. Yes, thank you, Cassavir. I can tell that for myself. Now enough with your senseless interruptions, or you will have a round at the whip.
Some people are into that.
Yeah.
No,
What a threat.
Please tell me you said that in person, in character.
Yeah.
How tall is the fountain?
guys, can I try saying something mean and sarcastic next?
Oh. Yes, please.
Okay. Fuck you. I don't know.
Oh, Sunny want to try.
Nice, buddy.
When Sunny said your rings were pretty, he was possibly not being truthful. He hadn't thought about it.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, honey.
What was Arazid wanting to do?
Well, and with that information, there's only one thing to do.
So Sunny steps into the pool and he notices that his toes are left dry. He looks down and he realizes that he is not standing inside the pool. He is standing on what appears to be a force field over the pool.
What happens if
Sunny
he
now.
jumps?
If he jumps, he lands back on this invisible barrier.
Did I prepare to dispel magic?
Sunny now
Do I even
knows what
have
hatred
it?
feels like.
You can try all you like. I have heard that you have a penchant for swimming. You shall get no creature
Even Sunny
comforts
know the
here
difference
until
between
you
paddling
admit
and
your
swimming.
wrongness. Sorry?
Even Sunny know the difference between paddling and swimming.
Whatever.
Oh, I have something sarcastic to say.
Yeah.
Wow, you use a lot of big words. What are you, like a book full of big words? I don't know. I don't know what a penchant is.
Oh, this is going even better than
Oh,
the
dear.
Start games.
Okay,
Arazid have best insults.
I can see that this is not going exactly as planned.
Do you
Look at
have a
them.
plan for anything, actually? I'm just curious, Glad. Because I don't know if you've looked outside of the walls of your beautiful, admittedly beautiful palace here. But things are shit. Absolute shit. And they've been shit for as long as I can remember. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Oh,
Why are you
I'm
making
sorry.
life hell for your subjects? No, don't fucking yawn.
Do way.
No, I'm
Didn't
talking to
realize she
you
was
here.
still talking.
I am still talking. Yes. Thank you for using your ears. Now answer me. You are a fake fucking god. Nobody should be listening to a lazy, belligerent. I don't like the words to even describe you. Nobody even sees you. We're just supposed to worship you when you do nothing constantly. This is the first time that I've actually seen what you look like, and I gotta say, underwhelming. This dress, it is ugly and unfunctional. Have you even heard that there's a new seamstress in town? No, because you don't go out into the streets. You don't know anything. You are possibly the most unqualified person to be running this city. And it's like you don't even care. You called us in here to apologize to you? It's bananas. Sorry, I don't actually know what those are. But like no, like this, it's preposterous. It's preposterous. You didn't even when is the last time you have left this palace? Answer me that, at least.
Sometime throughout your diatribe, you notice that Sklad and her guards seem to be like exchanging some looks, and then you see that she opens her mouth and she says things, but you can't hear what they are, Ollie.
Oh, I'm a dome of silence.
So,
But
what
Sunny
did
can
she
hear
say?
what is said. She turns to Cassivir and she is like, fine. They are clearly not interested. Take them to the dungeon. They can rot with the other ones.
See, okay, just out of character moment.
Mhm.
This is why Sunny's standing away from the rest of the group. Sunny has fireball. Sunny knows how these things work.
She waves her hand, and I just need to find the right character
If you had
sheet.
job offer, you should have led with that. That usually gets people's attentions quicker.
Oh, it seems I have missed one, and it has something to say. Oh, I am listening. Turtle.
Turtle. Sunny already said it.
So just before this, while she's distracted with Sunny,
It was quite distracting. And the three of you inside here are deafened right now.
yep,
Just,
Um,
yeah. It's just as well
I would
minor
like-
illusion has no verbal components.
no, Solas will kind of crouch down a bit, and then snap his fingers, and it will just seem like he's disappeared.
Whoa, what the fuck?
You're
Oh,
kind of like,
holy-
you're doing that wall thing, aren't you?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's had a good look at the room.
Yeah.
Ollie is gonna look at Arazid and go, Solas just got you'd, but all Arazid is gonna see is
Yeah,
Like
all
the
Arazid
wall thing?
sees is just Ollie mouthing at him. You know how you guys snuck into Naglamond the second time by disguising yourselves as hiding behind a wall?
yeah,
I've
Oh,
got the
right.
drawing of it somewhere.
yeah.
So, Sklad looks over at Sunny. Go on then, share. What is it you are saying? One last chance, or
Sonny
back
was
to the
saying
pits.
that if you'd led with job offer, they tend to listen to that more. Trying to engage them in conversation usually results in fun.
Well,
You don't seem like fun person.
oh, I am very fun. If you get to know me properly. Isn't that right, my dear? She looks over at her guard, Cassavir.
Oh,
Even
God.
over the
She
sounds
has
of a
a
silent
complex.
spell, those three can hear the whoosh as that goes right over Sunny's head.
Is she fucking her like
She has
subordinate?
a complex. She does this consistently because if Scott is Cielba, then this is recurring.
She's got a
And
type.
was it the Minotaur or Cassavir?
It was Cassavir.
Ah.
The Minotaur's name is Jewel Riser.
Well,
Minotaur
you know
was a
what?
cut?
She could be cooler. She could be cooler because the Minotaur is cooler. It's cool.
Is the Minotaur like, okay, dear? Like, you see that meme?
The guard Cassavir, the human, is doing that. Yes, he is kind of
Now-
blushing, and he's like, yeah, okay.
But now I imagine like the Minotaur going back to his fawn druid wife, like another day at the camp palace.
Watch those two
Uh,
flirting again.
Uh,
Alright, he's got a slight Texas twang now.
all right.
So, yeah, so Sunny has just said to Sklads, not very fun, something job offer. Sklad will just sigh and be like, I was going to offer you all a job. This land is a very harsh one. And perhaps you are right. I have certainly lost an incompetent-ish guard captain, and you all seem certainly more competent than him, but you also seem very unwilling to show even the slightest amount of loyalty to your ruler. So it will be something that you must have to be taught again, won't it?
Technically, Sunny born on, Bay River.
No.
Sunny's ruler is made of light.
And what do you three have to say? She waves her
Nothing, because we're in
hands,
silence.
and you guys feel this dome lift over you, and you can your tinnitus has returned.
So at some point, during that conversation, with repeated casts of minor illusion,
Mm.
Solas would have slowly made his way backwards
Okay.
behind here and attempted to hide.
What
Okay.
did you do to Solas?
I did nothing to your dear friend, not yet. But maybe you should ask that lovely statue behind you.
If you look behind, if you look over there, he's just over there, kind of having a drink, looking back. He's like just lounging about like an absolute asshole.
He's oh, so this is the new you.
I mean, when you's not here, it's Solas' job. So.
You attempt to have a drink of water from the fountain, but you are unable.
It's
Oh,
from
I
my
see.
personal stuff.
Your stash, one of your
Yes.
hip flasks.
Yes.
Basically, my lady,
Mhm.
my god, my goddess.
Your reverence is fine.
Yeah, my
Or
reverence.
bright lady, if you really prefer.
What about the Elba?
That's not how my name is pronounced. It is Sklad.
Okay, I know that. Do you know who Cielba is? Just curious.
Cielba whom? What am I meant to do with a name? Do you know how many people I rule over in this city?
Oh, no, Cielba's not a baker or something. Cielba was a ruler many years ago. I don't know. I guess I would have thought in God school that they'd teach you about, the previous powerful woman so that you would have something to aspire to. But I guess,
One
I
is
guess
not taught power. One is born with it.
Okay, I
can't
guess
tell
I
if
can
that was the
understand that.
character or the DM saying that.
The character.
Yes, I can understand that.
The divine right to rule is something that you are born with.
How does that work?
You either are or you aren't. You clearly aren't because you must ask how. Those who have to ask.
Well, you're not really explaining it very well. Now, I know
and
that
why should
I'm not.
I?
Well, why should you? I don't know because
All these two are made for each other.
I guess how often do you find yourself interacting with people of Jairus who aren't your guards?
Your point?
I just curious. I'm a member of the citizenry. Maybe there's something to be learned from talking to me.
Well, I had attempted to, and you all decided that instead you were going to insult me and dick around, so that chance seems quite lost, don't you think?
Well,
and what are you doing over there?
You didn't even listen.
No,
right?
you be silent, fool. You.
Oh,
The
please.
firehead one.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just found whatever's on this table to be quite fascinating. Sorry, I'm not listening to you at all.
It's more of a muted pink, if we're really desaturated red. Desaturated red.
Hey,
I always thought it was purple.
Yeah. It's kind of this in between. I think. Really, you should look into it. Oh, sorry, Arazid, you were saying another member of your citizenry, your reverence.
Miss Lady Sklad, if I kiss your ring, will you be happy? Because you seem like you're sad.
She does seem sad. Arazid is very empathetic. Do you know what that means? Empathetic. It means when you can put yourself.
I would be very happy, short one, if you would shut her up.
Hey, I think we're gonna have to take the L on this one.
Okay.
No.
Thank you so much. I know it's hard.
No, that's yeah. I'm not really getting anywhere with her. I just figured that her leadership could use some leadership.
And then Arazid's gonna stroll up. He's gonna walk up here. May I approach? Is that what I asked? May I approach?
You have exceptional manners. Thank you. You may approach.
Can I approach more? I don't want to step on your dress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is kind of everywhere. She does brush it to one side, give you enough room to approach to kiss a ring that she is extending out to you.
Arazid gives a very quick peck. It's clear that he's never kissed anything in his life. So,
Oh, except for Tassa, I'd assume.
few pecks on the cheek.
Yeah.
I'm missing up this circle. I just realised that silence is a ritual. So if Ollie's going to talk for like 10 minutes, not stop a third time. Have a plan.
Man, Yus really sucks at cards. Like,
He's getting a bit better. He's won a couple of hands.
If he was better, he'd be locked out anyway, so.
Thank you, Arazid. You may step away.
He kind of scurries back very fast. He was scared he was going to get his head chopped off while he was bowing down. He was really terrified.
You will find that the way downstairs is now open for you, and you alone.
Arazid is the best of us.
Maybe he should be a trendsetter.
Well, hey son, you're always keen to make new friends. Ever kissed a lady's ring before?
Sonny already friends with the gem.
Ah.
And that gem friends with another gem.
Also, as somebody who's read Arazid's character sheet, I don't want to use him as a trendsetter. No offense.
All right.
Not the best idea.
It's a little wounded pride.
There was a part of me that really, really, really hoped Ollie would. Have you seen the Robin Hood, the animated Robin Hood with Fox?
Yeah. She ain't that
comes to mind.
good.
Yeah, I'm not
Probably.
Well, it's also you have to choose the setting. Robin Hood, brazen.
You gotta know your audience.
Yeah.
So,
Then Ollie's gonna give a little curtsy.
Sklad will smile, an actual smile. Like this, it seems fairly genuine. It wasn't so hard, was it?
No, it was not.
It is such a small thing that I ask of you. I mean, you have, after all, exposed vital weaknesses in my security systems. A little more restraint on that tongue, and you may all go rather well under my rule. You may go far. But you must first swear your loyalty to me. Maybe I will even bestow upon you a house plant, like this one you showed so much interest in. Fire-haired one? Or would you prefer your actual name?
He's just staring. A smile.
Come, kiss the ring. There's a good boy.
He doesn't move.
Hell, Sonny never done this before.
damage control.
That's good. Okay. Well.
Like kiss a ring.
Solas.
Okay, so you know when the small child attempts to kiss the girl for the very first time and they have no fucking clue what they're doing?
Yep.
And it's basically puckering up like,
Yep.
yeah. That ring's going in.
A bit less saliva next time would be ideal, but good attempt. She kind of she goes to wipe her hand on her dress, realizes she's wearing silk, and is like, Come here, Cassie. And it is the iconic yes, mistress face.
Oh.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. She wipes her ring on Cassavir's tabard, and then smiles down at Solas once more.
I thought we all agreed his name isn't Casimir. It's not. I forgot his name already.
Humdane.
It's not Dane.
Dame. Not Dame.
I can assure you, darling, you don't want me anywhere near you.
You will, Neil.
To who, I may ask?
I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
One of the many days I wish I had counterspell. Well, don't need it. Just smiling.
The rest of you are free to leave. As I say, you will find the way down open to you once more. And those who refuse to swear my loyalty will be persuaded to, under the hospitality of my goddess.
So we lost one asshole, we gained a bigger asshole.
And are now losing him to prison, apparently.
Yeah, that's the smaller asshole. We still have the same number of asses.
Before anyone else makes a move, Solas just leans into Ollie. While you go and grab you, I'll see if I can get skin in the dungeons. I'll meet you eventually.
Yeah, obviously we're coming for you. All right. Goodbye, my lady, my reverence, my god, my goddess, my light, my bright lady.
Yes, they're
Like
both
bright.
down. Four
That
guards
needs to have
appear
word.
from the left and go hop, 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 hop.
Then he is going to need to have a chat with a certain blue-haired person.
Hello.
Oh, 4 guards. My, what a treasure. I
Don't
feel like there's
flatter
only worthy of
yourself.
one. I don't flatter myself, darling. I'm just that great.
You're gonna have to succeed on 4 different athletics or acrobatics checks here to not be dragged away, assuming that you are resisting.
No, like, assuming they, like, start reaching for him, he's like, oh, come on now, I'm gonna come willingly, I'm not that much of an asshole.
Fare thee well, Solas.
Oh, finally, you do know my name.
Enjoy your time solo in the dungeon.
Are they gonna kiss, bro?
Oh, so fun. Yeah,
I'd say he's going to need care for that burn, but he's fine.
Can see how you won this fair election, my lady.
When you guys return to the ground floor, more guards are waiting and they escort you directly to the gates outside of the castle.
Oh, do let me know if you would like some small miniature recirculating fish vegetable grow bed samples. Yes. Yep.
One of them, just before this shuts the gate, says, "And don't come back."
What's your name?
My name is Nadia.
Oh, yeah, Nunya. It's really nice of your parents, Nunya.
Oh, you think so? It goes well with my family name, doesn't it?
Business? Your family name's business?
Got him.
Your family name is Done It, so you're Nania Done It.
Nunya done it. Nunya done it.
Bye, Nania Done It.
Alrighty. Okay, well, that didn't go great.
The 3 of you are now outside the palace.
We just keep having less and less people.
Yeah, you know what? This might be time to get our white fang ringing.
Yeah. I think we need as many reinforcements as we can. Sorry, my voice just cracked.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
I can never tell if it's in character, out of character, or just you being you. Can we stop by the weapon shop on the way back? Sonny would like to get rid of a mace he's been needing to get rid of since.
Oh yeah, that's
Thought it
true.
was a good idea to pick it up.
Brightsteel might be done with my thieves' tools, and something tells me we might be needing them. All right. So, we're gonna stop by the rusty sheath first off.
Third time in jail, second time at the Dolly.
Alright, yeah, you can go back to the rusted sheath. Brightsteel will have his stuff ready for you, but he has a big order that he needs to focus more on now. And after giving them to you, kindly begs his leave once more.
No, that's fine. But also just hot tip. Something about Webley would like it if he would brush his hair in the moonlight. I don't know. I just, that's birthday's coming up, Valentine's. I don't know. There you go. All right, bye. Thank you. These are lovely. You did your great work.
Thank you, young one. Do you guys then? The mace. Is that just a regular mace?
That's a bog stand. Do you remember when we first got hold of proper weapons off a certain table in a certain tavern?
Yes, it's that mace. Okay.
Literally that mace.
Bunk standard. Nice.
That joke needs macing.
So a regular mace, the retail price is 5 gold pieces. So average, like merchant buy price would be, I'd say, like 1 gold piece.
Done.
So do I have like a higher proficiency with my thieves' tool or something?
They are essentially now +1 thieves' weapons.
Thieves' weapons?
Thieves' tools, sorry. So used to saying +1 weapons. It used to be a thing in like older editions of the game that you would have different tiers of thieves' tools.
Oh, okay.
So I just brought that in.
Oh, cool.
You essentially have a +1 to your uses of a thieves' tools.
I think I've actually been in a D&D party that had that dog in it.
No. Yeah, it's called this one. Well, it would have been if they had any maces left in the group now.
It's more a flail than a mace.
Right.
Oh, sorry, guys. Huh.
Yeah. Fair.
Where do you guys go next?
Idea.
Where do you guys go next?
Wait, what does Sunny play in that game?
Gem. Yeah.
True.
Oh my god, that would be so amazing. I'm sorry.
That sounds like a nice epilogue moment, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, that means I just need to gather enough animals, one for everyone.
Yes.
All right, well,
Gotta catch
seeing
them
that
all.
So guys, I'm thinking bust in there tonight, get Solas and Skin out of the dungeon. And I'm thinking we might need some reinforcements if we want to do that. So how about we go get Brightsteel and Inqua?
Okay.
White Fang.
Oh my god, White Fang and Inqua.
Alright. Well. And with that, I'm assuming you return to the late night inn.
Yes.
Queen. You walk back up to the building. Walk in the door.
I think
Whoops.
first I'm going to go. Okay, you guys wait here, and I'm going to turn into Oh my gosh. Ursula Linguini. Oh, this is so lovely. The little man. Oh, dude. Ah, fuck. And I'm going to turn back into Ollie. Arazid, I told you to wait.
Arazid scurries back.
Oh, oh God. Fucking, well, now it's too fucking late. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
you guys. You.
Who?
You was very
You.
distracted in his game of cards. He just kind of like,
you! Where were you? We could have used you! We needed somebody
Oh
to be
my
a
God.
giant asshole!
he just holds up a
I thought
hand.
you were dead. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm so surprisingly emotional. It's just been a really big day. Oh,
All right. I got a
how
lot
are
of
you
explaining.
here?
I have a lot of explaining to do. I'd prefer to do it now. Where's Solas?
Wait, no, guys, wait, what the fuck? Okay, no, is Zaid still asleep?
You can still hear the snoring.
The roar of the dragon.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Put down your cards. Shit's happening. Let's go get some kebabs and talk about this.
I'm pretty sure it'd be best to talk here, where nobody else is.
Oh, fuck it, fine. All right. Okay, don't deal me in. I'm addicted. All right.
Oh, okay.
You kind of throws his cards on the table as a fold or whatever, and kind of looks towards the two that were playing.
Yeah,
this
he
is-
folds, and it turns out he's got a winning hand. Or laces.
This is going to take a while. I'm out for the time being. Gotta look toward. All right, where's Solas? Like I said,
Heal me
it's gonna be a
Dungeon.
long story.
He's
Oh,
in prison. We're gonna
again.
have to tell him on the way back.
All right. First off, I um I apologize for how I have treated you all.
Who are you and what have you done with you?
I
Wouldn't
have
like you.
realized how little and insignificant I am in this world after having a nice long chat with Mechas.
Who?
Oh my
Um,
god.
Wait, that's the goddess, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I got sent to a very fun place. Apparently, this world is trapped and more or less, I'm not sure if it's when you die, whenever you're trying to be sent out of this place, but you end up in a purgatory of souls. From what I've been told, it's
What?
not a fun place. You basically are trapped in limbo and forced to watch the world as it moves on. That's where Mechas has been trapped for who only knows how long.
E.
I have a rough idea of where the fire orb is as well, and I have the way to get it.
Okay, cool. Is it within a day's walk?
No.
Okay, then no. We
No.
got bigger fish to
Is
fry.
it north?
Yes. It is to the north. It's also on a floating island.
Oh, cool. Cool.
And
Okay, I think
Unexpected.
we already knew
was-
that.
I was given the key to be able to access it. So currently, as far as I know, I am the only person who can do that. It was a parting gift from Mechas, I believe. It was on my person when I woke up in the sands.
Wow.
There's some other detailed stuff that I was told about our quest and everything, but it sounds like this can be talked over with once that we have the full group as well as anybody else. When I showed back up, I ended up running into the Thieves Guilds. I've done some work. I've just got done doing some work with John. We
Oh.
broke into a bank of sorts, or a place where they store things, and stole the floor plans for the palace. So we're gonna have an easy way in.
Nice. Good. You're so helpful and well
Also,
spoken.
I ended up
slightly
sending.
attractive. What? Anybody else?
I sent that letter, in case you are wondering.
Oh, Ollie, I'm still with you.
What?
Uh,
No, the one saying that Zaid's not Zaid. That was a message from Mekas.
sorry. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, okay. I just, wait. So what do you know about Zaid? What you know?
What I was told by Mekas is exactly what I put in there. Zaid is not Zaid. Feels like herself, but does not act. Looks like, but feels alien. That's, whenever I was talking with Mekas, that's what I got. There's some other stuff that I'll go over later, but it's best if everyone's here so we can consolidate knowledge.
See why you didn't sign letter personally.
Yeah, I doubt you would have taken it as well. This is more of a personal note. But when I was saved once, I was given a new name. I think it's only fitting to get another one now that I've been saved twice.
You want us to pick your new name?
Yes.
Arazid's just gonna get up from the half. He was just trying to like share a seat, but he's gonna get up, hug him. He's gonna give him a hug.
Oh, group hug.
What about-
Group hug.
UAAS.
No. Say, are there any names that you've like heard that you're like, dang, that's like a really cool name? Don't say Ollie. That one's taken.
Not really. It was more of one of the things where I've really not cared. Like, I told you that I grew up in a cult and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not very good people. I guess it rubbed off on me. I am not a very good person. I bought into lies that I was told by the cult leader, my father. Needless to say, I was set straight, and now I want a second chance, if you'll give it to me.
Okay.
Chance.
I like Chance too.
Kind of looks towards White Fang a bit.
What, did White Fang name you while you were gone? White Fang, this was an important moment for us.
I'm not
No, he's
entirely.
not looking like.
I'm not entirely sure that Chance would be a good name for you. He seems to have run very low on chance in this game of chance.
Okay, all right.
But
Well, we're not calling him Lucky. We're just calling him Chance because all he wants is a second chance, and now it's.
All right, I can work with that.
Hey, cool. I like you
rubs
better
his chin a
already.
bit.
And if we find something else along the way, you switch the old switcheroo.
Yeah, you can always choose your own name, but I like Chance.
All right, that it is.
I beg the D&D group, please come up with something funny that we can use with you.
Well,
It's like a dark path. I don't want to go back down. Like this chance of redemption.
all right then.
Maybe we should call him Dark You, because bright, sunny, sort of, trying to make the world brighter you was an ass.
Oh,
but
we can
good
call him
you,
Mooney. Chance Mooney.
yes, it is the dark one.
Oh, Mooney
I'm
is actually
keep-
kind of cute.
Mooney is
Keeping
kinda
my
cute.
family name. I have to redeem it somehow.
Oh, okay. So Chance Kanda.
Yeah, that's a nice ring to it. He does that thing where somebody who hasn't smiled a lot does like that weird awkward smile.
Oh, that looks like it hurts. Don't force it.
That was wonderful. Never do it again.
Yeah, I think you just scared. I think you're making Jam uncomfortable.
All right, yeah. So
But, good
if we
effort.
need to go rescue people from the palace, Thieves Guild is the best place to start. John, I'm not sure if he brought the plans back or not yet. However, check the hideout. If not, there's a gambling den that I was told of that we can find someone at.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about this gambling den lately. That feels kind of like it could be meant to be, perchance. Sorry. Yeah. Let's head to the gambling den.
All right. Oh, I was just told like a little while ago, and then I got absolutely destroyed in this card game, and I can't remember who to ask for except for John.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're gonna ask for John, I guess, and hope for the best.
Cool.
Wait, before we go, can I play a round of cards?
She could wake up at any moment, Betty. We are tempting
Okay,
fate
I-
this whole time.
We will stay here and keep an eye out. I have many things to teach Inqua here.
Man, I just feel like we could use you guys, you know? But I mean, if you want to drink grog and play cards, who am I to stop you?
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
No, there's a chance.
If you keep trying to force this, I'm going to give up and decide to walk down and embrace the path my father set me on.
That's the guy who called himself you after a tornado. Come on. Let me have this for a day.
Should we have hit the map by now?
Possibly. I'm setting up the gambling den map.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you have time.
Nearly there. Zident. Nope. Not like that, guys. Ah. Alright. You make your way back outside into the city, and you. Chance, that'll be one to remember, begins to take you guys to the Mahogany Square. You'll follow a sign and eventually find your way into the gambling den.
Time to find out if Sonny's as good at cards as he is making friends. I don't have high hopes.
Chance walks up and kind of moves the cloth in front to the side.
So your name is now Chance, not you.
Yes.
Walks. Chance, it'll work for you.
Walks over, kind of sits at the bar. Is John in?
He is. Who may I ask is calling? Not that I don't know you all.
Oh, God.
Hello, friend. I knew that picture looked familiar.
It's Grimsby. From the Broken Mass. I'm excited.
Oh, how are you all doing?
So good now. How are you?
We met a person who thinks she's the bright lady, and she's clearly not.
I don't know what that is, but cool.
You've really chilled out since Naglamund.
Ah, they burnt down Madame shop. I travelled out here with
burnt
a
down the-
couple of friends. We're looking for a little bit of safety, and well, I found a little job here, making tendon bar. That's all I knew how to do. It's
They
nice to
burnt
see
down
you
the-
all again.
You know how to fight. I've seen it. They burnt down the broken mass?
I was not in at the time. If I had been, things would have gone very differently.
Why would they do that? Are things kind of falling to shit in Naglamund? Because it kind of sounds...
A little
no.
bit.
It's actually going quite well for Naglamund. They're pushing on Nabon. It shouldn't be much longer before they secure victory.
Yes.
Purgatory taught you a lot. Okay.
But it seems that in Henry's absence, things in Naglamund, the city, aren't doing all that well.
God, that's a shame. I mean, I loved Naglamund.
Do you?
I've had a really good time there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, yeah.
Well, fair enough then. What can I get for all of you? Or shall I just bring some drinks over when you go and meet John? He's behind that curtain, by the way. And then another one, first on your right.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry. We promise we won't be turning all the grog into honey.
Please don't. I can't afford to lose this job.
Mm-hmm. Is
Okay.
Ollie notice any like weird vibes coming from the peeps at the back of the gambling hall?
You see a familiar face. You saw her earlier in Grand Artifacts. She is deep into a dice-based game with some others around, and there is some swearing.
God, she's to the point where she's gambling her pig roast. It's hard to watch, hard to see.
Yes.
And what's up with this? Oh, that's her bodyguard, eh?
Yes.
This character. Yeah.
They are giving you an unmitigated stare.
And Ollie is just gonna give the old gambler's salute, the old wink and shimmy, and okay, all right.
The old wink and shimmy.
Ollie is going to peek into not the room where John is, but the room next door to see what's going on behind that curtain.
Is empty.
Oh, okay. Hookah, hookah. All right, and Ollie's gonna slip in.
Ah, good of you all to make it. Almost. Nice to see you again.
Oh, it's Chance now.
Ah, a good name.
We're taking a chance on it.
From
I
one
don't
pun
get jokes
to the
out of this.
next.
Yeah. Anyways, John. We're thinking that tonight's the night.
Lovely. Chastity and
I
I were
filled-
just discussing that.
I filled them in a little bit on what we did earlier.
Oh, thank you, Chance. So, as he has no doubt filled you in on, here is the floor plans. As much of it is very standard. There's about 9 levels to that tower. They're all main area and then some kind of service corridor at the back where the servants live and work and all that fun things. That could possibly be a way in, but the entrance is still in the palace grounds itself. But There is. The palace below, there is a prison. And it seems that there is a secret staircase leading up to the prison, the underground prison. What I am
Where-
struggling to find out is where possibly the entrance to this hidden staircase might be.
Okay. Let me look at the let me look at the floor plan. You know, it seems to me that obviously the entrance to a staircase would be on a higher elevation. So, is the staircase like down to the dungeons at the lowest elevation? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna look at that floor plan and then take like the next floor plan on top, and sort of try to get a baseline of like where I would project that the staircase opening would be about based on
Oh,
the
I
shape
think you
of.
misunderstood. It seems that the staircase that leads, the secret staircase he's talking about, is coming up from underneath the prison.
Oh, so it's like down under, like, so it's at a lower elevation than the lowest elevation that we know.
Yes.
Kind of like, but it's included on the floor plan? The staircase?
There isn't a floor plan that includes the staircase, but John points out that there is a inconsistency in the size of one of these rooms, and it has a noticeable lack of detail where everything else does, and he strongly believes that to be hiding some secret entrance, such as a staircase. And he knows that there is no entrance from above.
Good eye, man.
Thank you.
So what runs beneath the palace?
The sewers, but there is no sewer tunnel that leads underneath the palace itself that I'm aware of.
Well, I mean, it must, right? Otherwise, how would she have? How does the water leave? We know she's got fountains flowing.
The water leaves through gratings and pipes, not passable through human, any form of sentient body shape.
Oh my gosh! Well, I mean, you want to have a big surface area to prevent the buildup of the gases and high pressure areas. But okay. So nowhere that we can just walk in from underneath that we know of. But we
Have you
have.
Have you ever found any other types of tunnels underneath the city? Maybe they are talking about those.
There were of course there's the sewers, but the Formians, they're not too far off, right? Like the Formians, they've been making their tunnels throughout the cliffs leading from Blue Rock Lake to Jarris. Maybe they've created tunnels beneath the city that we could use.
Why are you so smart?
Oh God, it's the air in here. It's good. It's like giving me all these creative thoughts that like taking me down neural pathways. I never, it's like, does anybody else's brain like just feel like super like electric right now?
That might have been the hash that you just inhaled.
I'm feeling like it's
smoke
something
make
like
people
that.
smarter.
I think it can go either way, man. Maybe it makes you more open to the possibility of different connections firing in your brain, and maybe it could help you resolve some prior trauma. Oh gosh, now I'm thinking about my family.
But
we killed him. We killed Esor.
On the other hand, it's Ollie.
Oh.
So that's like 50-50 of does Sunny want to take a puff.
Oh, of course Sunny does. Sunny and substance control.
You make a compelling argument. Right, what do I have to roll?
For consuming of the drugs?
Oh yeah,
A constitution check.
this is an experimental puff.
Just one toke, man. One toke never hurt anyone. One toke hasn't hurt you, man. It tastes quite citrusy.
It tastes like when fire will go off in the middle of
Little bit, little
fruit
bit.
garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains it.
Oh,
That's
second
really.
puff.
Please don't partake too much of that if we are going. It does have increasing effects, and you do not
Should
want
I-
to be whitying.
Oh
Should I be
gosh, yeah.
taking it at all? Because like I'm, small.
It's okay if you don't want any. I
Can
don't
I
take
try and blow a
anything like
smoke
that
ring?
either.
A dexterity check, please, Sunny.
Oh, good. He's good at those.
You blow a smoke cloud.
No, Sunny, you gotta kind of wrap your lips like this, like in a sort of like an O pattern, and then you just like you have to use your tongue, like like think about how the air is passing through your mouth. Dexterity check.
Please roll a nat 1 and it comes at a cube.
I mean, I'm new to this.
It comes out as like a solid disc, kind of like shaped, like a cloud that has a vaguely circular but not really type shape to it.
All right,
I know
Ollie's
this
gonna.
is pure derailing here, but I want to try and copy that.
Okay.
Wait, I want to
Come on.
try.
Sunny
Okay.
blows a battleship.
Sunny greened out.
Yeah, Sunny, I need you to roll another Constitution check. Sorry, a Constitution save.
He managed to successfully make a smoke ring. It went in the wrong direction. Oh, that was so close to being a 1.
Yeah, you you kind of like you try it so hard that you don't realize that you're holding in a lot of the breath until suddenly your body is like, no, this is too much, and then you end up just like coughing it all out, and the smoke just wafts in uneven patches all around you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's get out of here, guys.
Arazid
Okay.
wanted to try, I believe.
Yeah, I want to try just one ring. He does not inhale a lot of smoke because he doesn't know what this
Yeah.
stuff does.
Is Chance partaking of any?
No, he is strictly a sober man and always has been.
He
Oh my
took
god, is he a
Pollard.
vegetarian?
No,
Okay. Alright. Oh, nice.
Oh, hello.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes you're just naturally talented. You're
See-
a tinkerer of air.
Arazid listens to what Ollie is saying, watches Ollie and Sunny attempting and failing, and then surfing out from Arazid's mouth, flying underneath the smoke puffs of the other two, the failed attempts, a circular ring-shaped cloud of smoke floats over the table, and through it you see Arazid's happy, pleased, proud face.
So impressive.
I don't know what I need to do here.
All right. Cool. I think that's a really good note to head out on. Okay, Sunny, I'm gonna cut you off. All right, so we pull back the curtain. Smoke fills the hallway. Our eyes are a little bit redder than when we walked in. Yeah, we're off.
Where-
It tasted really bad.
Where do you guys go?
so did we actually make a plan, or did they just get high and
Where you can find the top of a building to scout the prison.
Chance picks up the map.
A foreman cave. Formica is anti-Italian.
The formidable Formians.
Yes. Find Ank.
Theograms. So I think our best bet is to backtrack, go through the sewers back to Rajat, and then remember that's the way into the spooky magic room. But we saw some caved in tunnels. We kind of made a choice when we were going to see Rajat. So maybe we could kind of back postulate and go in a different direction to get deeper into the city. Or maybe because we have a good pre-existing relationship with those Formians, we could go and talk to them and ask them because they probably know. And Chance speaks their language. That'd be cool.
the queen spoke basic common.
I know, but
I can talk to the workers.
chances are we're gonna run into a worker before we run into the queen, right? So yeah, let's do it. Hands in.
Elsewhere, Solas has been taken underneath the palace, down some stairs, through several spiked long hallways, and locked in a cage. The walls are just bars, so you can see into everything you can see right now, Solas.
The second day I thought there was a cat in one of the cells, but it's just somebody sitting on the floor.
It's just a like goblin man.
I nearly put another thirsty Jesus in here, but I'd never have heard the end of it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I reused some tokens as it was.
Oh, that's familiar.
Jesus Christ, the room with the red book looks fucking grim.
Wait, you can see the whole map? You're not meant to see the whole map.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's just that
didn't see
hallway.
Yeah.
The entrance and then what Solas can see.
Yeah.
Right.
I want that book.
I think I had that revealed because that was when I uploaded
We were
this map.
supposed to come in.
It may or may not be that secret staircase, yes. Anyway, Solas is here. There are a couple of people in other cages. A lot of them look fairly haggard. There is one guy in the cage to the up and left of you. That is kind of they seem almost half shifted between two different faces, but they seem to have gotten stuck.
Oh.
And they, as you look over them, they turn up to look at you, and they're like, you could try taking a painting. It would last a bit longer, don't you think?
There isn't walls between them?
There's
they're
bars.
just in cages?
Bars.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but you seem interesting. This is just a note, Solas is laid down on the bench, looking through the bars at this guy's face to the best of his ability.
The face is literally it's kind of right down the middle. The entire body seems to be half and half, two different faces. It's kind of hard to make him out. But through it all, they give a smirk to you. And they're still able to pull it off somehow despite the stuck appearance. It's quite a beautiful face, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yours or mine. Because I know mine is brilliant, but yours
It didn't
is,
stop you from getting landed in here now, did it, love?
Well, I have to admit, this is the second time in the past week I've been in a jail, and both of which are my fault entirely. I'm a bit of a loose cannon when I want to be.
He's a bad boy.
What's a cannon?
Don't worry about
I was talking about my own face.
I
But,
know, I was about to get onto that.
nice to know that you think so highly of yourself. I hope you're not a shifter too, are you? They give this potion, and you don't realise it's a potion that stops you shifting until you try doing it yourself, and then you get this beautiful little mug.
Well, no. I know a few, but not one personally.
My own dear father can recognise me now. Not that he normally can, anyway. Anyway, what you in for?
Oh, met with the, what do people call her? God Queen. Well, she wanted me to kiss her grimy fucking fingers, and I said no. So, I'm here now.
Hey, a fellow rebel, I see. Name is Skin.
Looks back. So I've heard.
Ah,
Solas, myself.
you heard of me, have you? I mean, of course you have. I'm everywhere, son.
One of my friends knows you a bit better, from what I've been told.
Who would that be?
Uh,
Got lots of friends, I do.
well, I know a lot of them, that's for sure, but the one I know more personally likes to walk around in about this tall young woman, bluish, blue tints to the hair, darker skin, about the same as mine.
I know the one. Oh, so she's back in the city, is she? Would have been a bit more useful to have her around a couple of weeks ago. But, life is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you get stuck in unexpected places and make new friends.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's exactly how I met her, matter of fact, so can't really complain.
If there is one constant in life, it is that it is fucking diabolical.
Sure is, mate.
Now, you look like the sort that has got a plan to get out of here. I mean, you've already been in one prison this week. How'd you get out of that one?
Oh, well, that one. People from the outside busted the gates open, killed everyone within a matter of minutes, and then also everyone outside the prison as well, naturally. Not by myself, but for this case, a little more tricky, I assure you. A lot less privacy, that's certain.
A lot of these poor mugs are on their last lives. Skin reaches like a foot through the cage and like knocks this one. I'm pretty sure he's gone already. Shame that. He was a
No?
decent chap for a while. And then he came back without a tongue. The door over there leads to the torturers area. Do I need to explain what they do there?
Well, I mean, if you're willing, then I may as well. It could be entertaining, but if you don't want to, you don't need to.
It was a rhetorical joke, son.
Oh, I'm aware.
Ah, yes, I see why you're friends with that Ollie now. Similar senses of humour. None.
Was that an insult to one or a compliment to the other?
Hard to fucking swear.
Well, so just for reference, what does Solas have on him? Like, what is it? Was anything taken away from him?
Yes, all of his stuff was. All of the stuff that was in his bags and strapped to his, belts and stuff. So he is left with just anything that he was wearing at the time, unless it was armor, in which case it was removed from him as well.
Okay, cool. So it's still the spellcasting focus. Good.
Yes.
So, just for clarification, can skin not change? He can't shift anymore?
You're gonna have to find that out for yourself now, ain't you, love?
Sounds like he was forced to take a potion. That means when he tried to shift, it went
Yeah,
horribly wrong.
it like stuck him in half. Yeah, but
You know that old saying about if you pull a face and the wind changes. The wind
Yeah.
changed.
All right. Sorry. Solas, your spellcasting focus.
I just had to double check that, because if I didn't, that would limit my plans. So, let me think. Sort of gets up, sits up on the bench. I'm assuming this is like a grate down to a sewer or something in
Yes.
the middle. Looks around, gauges how big the cell is. Question. You know when the guards do their rounds? Or if they do it all?
They mostly just come when they wanna bloody someone up. But they come about twice a day and give us some maggoty bread. Water that's more piss than water.
What if I caused a momentary scene?
Depends on the kind of scene.
Solas kind of raises his ring a bit, kind of put it within eye shot. One with a bit of sparkles.
I gotta warn you, if you cause a bit of a bother and they don't buy it and we don't get out of here, you're gonna be the next in the little torturer's room. And you may not come back with that finger.
I'm aware. But sort of looks around. Are there any guards within eye shot currently?
No. All that you can see is this like corridor. There is a door here, and then there is a door to the south of it as well, and then the 15 cells with sparse people.
Cool. Sort of leans back in the chair, flicks his hand a bit as his packed scimitar just appears out of nowhere. I can defend myself, don't worry.
Oh, are we getting things going now, are we?
Not now.
You got smuggled
Later.
anything else in there, wherever you smuggled that in from?
I'm a bit of a magic man, but I'm not that magical, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair dues.
On my person. I only have what was on my person, and whatever's in here sort of flexes the hand with his ring around a bit, which is usual accommodation. So, either way,
Oh, I can hear something rumbling now. You getting going?
sorry, I haven't eaten in a while.
Me either, but you don't hear me grumbling about it, do you, Cub?
No, but well, as you can probably tell, I'm a bit of a highborn, so used to eating a bit regularly. Take my body to get used to it, but either way, I think for now I just wait. Flicks his hand, scimitar disappears.
That's a bit of a neat trick, I'll say that much.
I do have another one, but that one isn't so magical.
Ugh. Yeah, one might still be useful. But, if you're thinking that Ollie's back in town, I'm pretty sure she might be on her way right now.
Oh, definitely. The rest are probably here as well, unfortunately.
If I remember, you and her were pretty close, weren't ya? Not as in, you know, in
Yeah.
in the
no.
religious way, but I'm sure that she'll come after.
I mean, broke out of prison a couple times, so yeah, we'd say we're pretty close.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
Also went halfway across the desert as well, and inadvertently started a war together, which was fun. Along with a group of 3 others, well, 2 others. That's with another few that came and went. It's a long story. Anyway, we've been around. There's probably going to be some explosions soon, but if not, then I've got ideas.
Well, just let me know if I need to sit back.
Of course.
Right. And what have the rest of the party been getting up to?
Captain Jack Harkness means trying to find the one of him hiding a gun when he wasn't wearing anything.
Oh man, that was such a good part of Doctor Who. I know exactly what you're referring to.
Ladies, your ratings went up.
Yeah.
So, Mission Impossible theme, or tell me what the plan is.
Well, the plan is we start with the Mission Impossible theme, and then we move on to the Pink Panther theme, and finally end with the Benny Hill theme.
Oh God.
I do believe the plan was to go through. I do believe the plan was to try and find Formian tunnels that lead under the palace.
Right, you guys are backtracking your way to a particular point, aren't you?
Depending on whether or not we ever have a chance to long rest, I can also get a hold of things like meld into stone, though that's also a ritual, so screw that. Or stone shaped.
We are headed for the nearest sewer entrance, and we're going down the sewers to find old Frigette. Then we're going in the tunnel.
Song that literally sounds like the way you're. It wasn't sung so much as it was talked.
There's a word for it. I don't know it.
And I haven't thought about it for like decades.
Rap.
No. It was like a talked song by a woman, and then just. That's gonna bug me.
So I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. No, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna.
No, that's sung. Well,
By more than one person.
Okay, one moment.
Okay.
It can be talked.
To the Formian tunnels.
Yes, to the Formian tunnels we go.
You go back into the sewers?
Yeah. The sewers.
Yeah.
Where's that?
I'm
spooky magic.
Shit ton of. Hi, your insurance something. Hi, this is Amazon something. Lately.
So, you guys climb down the. You go under the manhole. You climb down the ladder. You're back in the sewers. You retrace your steps with a little difficulty. But then John and Chastity, who have accompanied you, lead the way. And you arrive back at the thieves' hideout entrance, where Chastity will depart. And then you are able to, from there, find your way through to the crack in the wall through which the tunnels that once led to the ruins. Or still do lead to the ruins, I should say, that you once took from the ruins. That's it. You go down that path for about 20 minutes, and you come across a fork in the road. This is the fork in which you initially took left on. So
now that we're turned the other way, we need to take left again.
No. Left would go in a different direction unless we think that left would go in the direction we want to go in anyway. Otherwise, we need right.
So
Okay,
from your position, like going straight on would lead you to a place that you do not know, and going what would be a right turn for you would lead you back down towards the palace ruins.
Yeah, that.
and Rajat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but going straight. So, which direction have we been going in when going straight? Somebody who's better than survival at all than Ollie.
So most of us,
Yeah.
we need to go right.
Gem.
Right, get down, people.
If you want to retrace your steps back to back all the way back to Rajat, then you would be going right. There are no other forks in the road that you recall. It's a fairly it's a mostly linear path, a couple of dead ends here and there. But otherwise it's a fairly linear path back to Rajat, and from Rajat it is about another like hour like climb down like a winding tunnel to get back to the ruins.
Okay, well, we don't know which like way we're going, right? So I think we need a guide, a Formian guide, a formidable one. So I say that we head back towards Rajat and back into the ruins. Oh, hoping that we'd be able to get through, because like that was kind of like a gate valve, that room, right? That had the countdown. Like we couldn't go back the way that we had come, right?
I don't think we ever tried, nor do
Yeah.
I think that they're going to want to go into the spooky magic room, as they said.
Yeah. Oh, well, I guess that's true. But so when there was like a fork at Rajat, so maybe I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we try the fork and see where we go? I don't know. I think it just would be good to know if we were headed towards the palace. Yeah. Okay, but I don't know. I guess I need one of you guys to be compassing here.
Keep note of any other turnings we take on the direction after fork.
All right, your confidence is assuring me.
So where are you guys heading?
Okay, you know when we got to the fork and we needed to go right to go back the way we came?
Okay.
We're going the other way.
Okay. You go straight on.
Sounds like a plan.
You follow
We're
the tunnel.
looking for ant people.
You follow the tunnel for a little while and eventually emerge into another area of the sewers. But the tunnel does also continue on, and it seems to run parallel to the sewers with like just a single hole, a breach in the wall between the two of them. And as you reach this hole, Ollie, you hear the phrase, "Just let me know if I need to step back a bit, alright?"
Skin.
Is this like an echo, or?
It sounds like fairly close by.
All right. Ollie is going to inspect. Try to get closer to the source of the sound.
And that is, it seems to be coming from the sewers. And if you were to poke your head out, it sounds like it's coming from the sewers, but like up a little bit, and you notice that there are grates on the ceiling of this area of the sewers.
Okay, guys, I think I just heard my friend Skin. This way. Okay. So I'm gonna try to crawl under to the grate. Can I fit under there?
Yeah, you can put your face up against the grate, but the sewers are about 8 feet tall.
Oh.
So you're not able to reach unless you have a rope or something.
I can make myself super tall and skinny.
Oh, you're not. I don't see how you'd be able to make yourself 2 inches wide.
Could I make
level
my
skinny?
arm really skinny?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be able to do that. I mean, you're not
Of course, if
quite
you can
Mr.
hoist
Incredible.
Sunny up, if you can hoist Sunny up to the ceiling
Wait, no,
and
you
hold him
hoist
there
me.
for 10 minutes, he can walk through stone.
Hmm.
No, that was a good idea. If you hoist me.
Let's go about this from the different angle. So Solus.
Actually, no, scratch that. It lasts 8 hours. You can just walk up there.
Solus has a plan. Sigs is like, just let me know if I need to step back at all, eh?
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
and what do you say?
well, I previously said just something along the lines of, just wait some time. They'll come eventually, but if they don't come soon enough, then I have ideas.
Can we
Almost
hear
as
him
if
when
on
he says
cue.
that?
Almost as if on cue, Solus hears, "No, you hoist me up."
Speak of the devils.
I was really hoping we heard him say that he has ideas thing, because the best response to that is, Solas, don't do anything stupid!
Solus then hears that shouted from underneath as well. Solus's attention is brought downwards and into the great woods.
He says nothing in response.
In that case,
Okay.
back to the sewers.
All right. No, Sunny. Okay, you lift me up, and then I can use my thieves' tools to just take off the grate, and then you can push me, and then we're in. We're in.
Okay. I can carry you up there if you need.
Okay, yeah, just somebody. I just need a platform to work on. Basically, it can be anyone's shoulders, except for Arazid. No offense, buddy, you're a little short for this.
As in, hey, dude, how much of your arm movement do you need for this? Because I don't like the idea of somebody standing on me, but I can hold you while you work.
Okay, let me see. I would like to have both arms, because I don't want to drop my
All right,
tools in the
around the
sewer
waist.
water. Yeah, but like you can use
Chance is gonna
Sunny.
walk up, try and grab you like around the waist and like hoist you up, so it's like, you have.
Okay.
So he's basically carrying you by the waist, and then he's going to activate winged boots and just simply walk up to the grate.
Alright, that
Oh.
works. Without
Alright,
getting
cool.
your feet all dirty and, well, quite ruined from
Like
the
more.
stench of what is in the sewer. Solus, I presume that you would hear Solus, Solus, Solus coming from your feet.
Oh, fucking hell, okay. Sort of like gets up, walks forward a bit, and just crouches over the grate.
Hi, I told you we'd be here pretty soon.
I was just talking about you, hi. Your friend's also here as a little... I don't think you can see me just yet, don't worry about it. He's a very nice guy, I have to admit.
I know, he's the best. He is the absolute best. Okay, let me see. Is there anybody else that we should be breaking out of there, or just you two?
Everyone else looks pretty generic. They look either dead or half dead, so I don't think it'd be much use.
Yeah. We don't need to do this like the first time, right? Well, hopefully they don't notice that you're gone. Okay, I'm just, we're just gonna get this grate popped off. Do you think that your hips could fit down this thing?
That is a good question.
Bloody course. I'm tall, but yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. All right, so Ollie is going to start working on the grate.
And what is
she
she attempting to do with the grate?
To unscrew it with the thieves' tools.
Okay. You haven't had a good look to see like how exactly these grates seem to be attached to the ground, and as you like bring out your little screwdriver, you go, oh, aha, because they seem to be like formed into the ceiling itself.
Oh,
They
Craig.
they seem to be just like metal bars that have been just set into stone when this was made.
Oh my
Anyone has
god.
idea?
Oh.
Hmm?
Yeah, I don't think my tools are actually going to work on this one.
Do we have a saw at all? Anywheres?
Cannot
I can always.
Cannot you chance get Sunny to grate?
I don't think I have the strength to pick you up, my friend.
Hold up, I've got an idea. Solas leans down, puts his hand like on the edge of one of the bars, and then I'm going to cast Produce Flame, which causes a flame to appear in my hand. Basically, with the goal of trying to like superheat the iron that these are made of, I presume.
Not Ken, that stone could melt, so.
I'm not sure if how good that that'd work, but
Yeah, Ollie is going to Chance, get I can't be under here. Let's move back.
Yep. Just gonna like walk down and then set you back down. All right, I'll go get started on the other one. I can do fire stuff too.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then he's just going to walk over and up to like this grate.
He sees
He's
the
then
face
going
of
to kind of just
Sigs.
hold up his hand and just basically channel firebolt, but never fire it. So it's just a mote of fire in his hand to do basically the same thing, because I think that's probably better than create bonfire.
You guys are really thinking out the box here, which I love, and I have no idea on the ruling, so I'm gonna ask you both to roll me a D100.
oh boy.
Higher the better.
Be handy. Ooh, 76%.
I was gonna say you need above a 75. But you guys just went right ahead and rolled. Very
Perfection.
fucking
gosh,
luckily
I
for
was
you.
told to roll. I enjoy rolling.
In himself.
I do not.
Chance has this newfound confidence. Sorry.
I do not know who I am.
No,
I do
no,
not
he's always
think
had
I
the
only roll.
confidence.
Yeah. Chance has newfound modesty that is allowing him to channel his powers more effectively. Once it doesn't have to redirect past the ego.
Man has suffered ego death.
Okay. It takes a few minutes, but eventually globs of molten metal begin to fall. I'm going to need a dexterity check from Chance, as there is indeed a
save or check.
Oh yes, sorry, dexterity save. As there is indeed a chance of you getting burnt, but you are able to sidestep that just in time, and it just ghosts against your skin. I mean your clothes.
Is there a point of melting this that it would technically qualify as like an unlocked door? This is going to be a stupid ass suggestion.
It's. I know where you're going, and I like the suggestion. I think I know where you're going. But it would be more akin to a hole in a wall.
Yeah,
which is like technically a hole in a wall is a type of door.
I'm running out of ideas to be helpful.
You're doing great, hun.
Aww.
Yeah, so Chance is able to sidestep getting burnt with some hot metal that has now melted and made a very unsatisfying hissing splash into the liquid below. Solas, you have managed to burn a hole through the grating that you are able to fit through, and beyond is a sea of sewer matter.
So he's gonna like
A 6 is just
Before
going
he-
to shimmy out into the open arms of chance.
Yes.
Before he
There's a call. You might not trust it, but I'll be over shortly.
So, um, Solus definitely does not trust that. So he's gonna like just seeing the good friend of his head down. He's gonna like poke his head down. Are there any like side paths at all?
Yep. So about 8 feet below you and 5 feet to either side of you in kind of like in this direction. Okay. So the 5 feet in that direction to you and about 20 feet in the other direction are like two like stone walkways that kind of go alongside the sewers.
All right. So he's gonna like pull his head back out. Then he's gonna grab onto like one of the bars of the grate and try and use that grip to swing over to the one closest to him.
That's going to be an acrobatics check, and it's
Yep.
going to be hard because you have melted away most of your grip. If anyone would like to help Solas by trying to catch him as he shimmies his way out.
I do. This is the equivalent of a pity. I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
the last word.
because
Yeah, okay.
I also need to ask Solas to roll a separate acrobatics check for managing to get through the grate.
Okay.
So,
So one to get through the
That
grate.
joke
Yep.
coming.
succeeds.
Okay, and then gonna like try and quickly just dip in and then swing her over to the side.
Mhm.
And
Oh.
As you are falling, you kind of like you shimmy through, and then like your hand grabs up and like reaches against one of the nubs of pipe, and for a second you are like a monkey just like hanging from a branch, and you like you use your momentum, you swing back and forth, and you let it go, and you begin to just sail through the 5 feet in the air and into the waiting arms of the rest of the party.
Group.
okay. I have to say, you lot were more efficient than I thought it'd be. And at that point, he'd notice you and be like, "Oh God, fucking okay." Of course, I knew you'd be here.
With Skin in his arms, he walks back towards the party, setting him down on the pathway as he, deactivates his boots.
Thank you very
Ollie's gonna
much, my
walk up.
dear.
Yeah.
No problem.
Bring it in, buddy. And Ollie's gonna. Oh, it's so good to see you. Why is your face in half?
I had a little bit of a magical hiccup. If they ever try and get you to drink a potion, by like forcing it down your throat, and then you try and shift to pretend that like you're someone else, don't do that.
Oh man. Well,
Sonny,
don't
can
worry,
you
we'll
help
get
him
you.
at all?
Yeah, we'll get you fixed up. Sonny, can you do that thing you do?
Which one?
The
Yeah.
dispel the man.
And no, I have none of the useful spells prepared today. I don't have dispel magic, remove curse, any of the stone-related things.
Well, sounds like we can all catch up over a drink,
Banish his
maybe.
problem, but he's going with it.
I mean, like, do you? Oh, wait, Sonny, do you have mending?
What do you
I
think I am,
really-
some kind of object?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sonny's player has used mending on a physical body
No
all
way.
at once, and I'm glad the body was dead when the mending was used on it. I don't want to know.
That
Basically,
doesn't sound like a ruling of mine. more correctly, I don't remember that happening.
No, that was another D&D game way in the past where I was
Fair.
trying to clean up where the party went to murder Hobo.
It does
Ooh.
very specifically say an object, which a
Oh,
corpse
yeah.
would be,
Yep.
but a living person would not be.
Yeah, it was ruled that corpse is technically a living object, but
Right.
technically not an object.
I mean,
So
corpses aren't
Technically
living
not
at all.
living.
we rolled
I-
50-50 on it, and that head wasn't reattaching.
Because here's the
I
fun
guess-
thing: some corpses can still not also be objects, because undead exist.
Yep, yep.
Well, that corpse wasn't going to be undead anytime soon.
Oh,
And also,
That was the
people
good news.
who are religious might feel kind of weird about their corpses
It's
being
also
considered
involved
objects.
tied
But
up
anyways,
wife and,
yeah.
have the head
Okay.
in bed.
All
On-
right, we have the people. Let's get out of here before guards show up.
yeah. And also, though, like, okay, but Sunny, if you do have mending and you could fix the bars, then they would have like no idea how we got them out, and then we could go
I
back through this.
think they're beyond fixing. Like
Okay,
molten
alright.
metal
I think
dripping
that would
everywhere.
work.
Also, not to mention the bars are probably in the water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Sunny
Have mage
speaks
hand.
water.
That is the
Does anyone
requirement.
have either mage hand or prestidigitation?
I know somebody with a mage hand.
I'm not putting it in there.
Not in your mage hand.
Just dispel it afterward, and all the gunk on it has to fall because there's no hand to attach to. It was self-cleaning. Look,
Just the thought of that.
Aren't we also going to kill Sklod anyways? So why does it matter if she knows?
Because I
because
want to
we
use
get
this
the drop
tunnel
on
to get
her.
deeper into the palace. Yes, and then she's going to think that we're badasses if we got you guys out of here with absolutely no clue as to how.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Doesn't sound
No.
like anyone here does. That's what
kind
you
of
get for
party-
being a magicless rogue.
Yeah.
A
I've got magic balls, but they don't do that.
what can't they do?
Just get. Look, Solas,
Prestidigitation.
get rating out of water. Pretty sure that was the person with the magic hand.
Use your magic hand.
Look, I did this with Sklod. I could do it with you guys as well.
The hand of God.
What are they gonna do? Throw you in prison?
No, I'm thinking of a far shorter distance.
Oh, into the water.
Look,
Look,
how are you
Magic
even going
hand,
to do this?
grab
anyway?
great.
How are you going to even mend it anyway? You need to touch the thing for several minutes to mend it.
If I'm touching the grate and I cast mending, the grate will mend itself.
Yes.
Which is
How
back
do you
up there.
how do you plan to touch the grate when the hole I've made in it is not only 8 feet up but above the water?
I'm
You
hoping that
raise me
time and
up.
space warp, that the thing that needs mending will end up back where it should be.
Anyway, we should go. We don't have much time.
Yep, I totally agree.
That
You
was a
objects
good
that
idea.
are being mended back together are a distance apart. Surely they would stop being a distance apart.
Look, I don't know how magic works really that much, but that sounds like it wouldn't work.
I'm willing to try.
I mean, you
Well-
can stay here and give it a shot, but we're going.
As soon as you get great out.
Solas starts walking.
Yep, you two have switched personalities.
Temptation to throw him in there to get it out is growing.
Chance begins to walk away as well.
This is the day that Sunny learned hate.
No, that was way in the past. I mean, hell, he started hating Ollie earlier.
What?
She calls the wrong person the great lady.
Oh, God.
It's like, wait, you're telling this now?
Secretly, he's actually hated all of you all along. That's why he
Yes.
calls you all friends so much. It's overcompensating. He's really just trying to lean into the lie. None of you have
Yes,
thought to roll
keep your
insight.
friends close, your enemies closer, and he keeps you closer than anyone else.
Oh my gosh.
Sonny is the big
So-
bad evil guy. I mean, he is the sun after all. Dun dun dun.
The second son. The
Uh,
lantern. It's been with us this whole time.
It all makes sense, and you were all just too blind to see it.
Sonny never had any magic. It's all the fire orb.
Toby, the ruse is up. Okay.
And gave the game away. We weren't supposed
The
to
friend
celebrate with the
multipliers
session.
because he's a narcissist.
Well, we knew that. Do you all backtrack and head back then?
Yep.
Okay. And where do you go?
God, I feel like
assume
we need
the
a
Thieves
fucking
Guild?
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
sheer
Thieves
hell
Guild.
of it, before leaving, just put a guardian of faith in the hole. That'll block it.
Okay.
If
Yes.
there's a guardian of faith in the hole. That'll do.
A giant glowing statue. That'll do it.
Yep, I can't see the holes there.
After some time, a rather short amount of time, since you now have 2 people to show you the way, John and Skin take you back to the Thieves Guild. And that is where we're going to end this session.
No.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm super tired.
That's fair.
Hey.
That's good.
I'm glad
Oh
I'm
yes,
not the
Solas,
only one.
sorry. I set this map up before Solas was free. Thank you all for coming today.